Oh my God, I'm sweating my ass off out here. Oh my God, you guys. I've been setting up Cardboard Tom. Hey guys. No hat today. Hold on, let me get my mic on. Okay. All right, we are out here at the pray. Oh. Test, 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 test. Okay, can you guys finally hear me? I'm just gonna keep it. Look at the live chat. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Testing. Okay, good. All right, guys. Took me a little bit to get everything set up, but here we are at Prelude Sports Bar. I think I'm late. I think they're doing speeches inside already. So let's go in. Are they doing speeches?
Yes. Just introducing a couple people. Cheryl's up there now.
Here, you want to? If I have to get up there, you want to hold my phone?
Sure. Are you live?
Yeah.
The old buildings that are no longer active, and we should have a celebration of new life in New Downtown. Did I just see Aaron Asmithlevin walk through the building, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh my God.
Round of applause.
Hold on, what do we got? I'm not. You're good. You're good.
We'll bring you up in a second.
Okay, good.
Gift for you.
Oh.
Someone named Little Man Dave M. sent you a gift. So we have, and we have Barbara Story Love in the house tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're so thankful for you. Yeah. Well, we are here to support you just like your shoes. We're here to support you. A week before she met me, she bought Brooks running shoes. And that's right. Why don't you come and tell a story? We've never
How's it going?
Good
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
See you, Jerry.
Good to see you, buddy.
Okay. I'm gonna leave my drink here then. Oh, it's hard to hear.
African-American places, foundations, Okay, how I met Brooks. Last January, I began attending the city council to ask the city council to purchase Friendship Missionary Baptist Church, which is one of 3 African-American churches that's left on Clearwater Heights. And I've spoken to the mayor, I've spoken to his CRA director, I've been in and out on City Hall. Yeah, City Hall. Okay, so fast forward. March.
There we go.
Thank you very much. So fast forward, March 17th. Kelly, where are you? Okay, anyway.
Hey, by the way, this is Kelly Meyer and best friend to Jill. We love you, Kelly. If it wasn't for Jill and Kelly, I affectionately call Team Jelly, we would not be here today. And also Mike Mastroserio got us started on this journey. Mike, give it up for Mike right here.
Yes.
All right, back to you, Barbara.
Okay. So I was sitting at home one day minding my business, and I got a text from Kelly, who saw my presentation with the council on March 17th. I got this text from this person I didn't even know. Barbara, but she knew me. Barbara, I'd like to present a proposal to the city council. I ignored it. I didn't recognize the phone number. So then about 2 hours later, she said, Barbara, Allison Dolan recommended you to me. Allison Dolan is the director of Clearwater Historical Society. I said, okay, well, she can't be too bad, so I called her. She said, I'm gonna loop you in with Brooks Gibbs. Who is Brooks Gibbs? So anyway, Brooks got on the phone and he said, Barbara, how would you like for me to help you with the garden proposal? And I said, what do you got, Brooks? So he emailed me this proposal and I said, it's okay, this has been a struggle, guys. This is week 6. Okay, it has not been all ice cream and cake. I said, okay, you can go present the proposal, just don't mention cemeteries. So my husband and I, we were sitting at home watching Brooks go up to the podium. First it was Kelly. She went up and threw herself on the lectern. I said, okay, here we go. And then Brooks came up, presented the proposal, and that day it had to be in, what, at 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
And this was 3 o'clock when he was giving me the information. So anyway, he goes up to the lectern and he says, Barbara Sorry Love of the Clearwater African American Foundation. He said my name maybe 3 times in 3 minutes. And my husband said, boy, they're really gonna know this Barbara Sorry Love when by the time he finishes. I said, tell me about it. So anyway, that caused a bunch of flack because people who I was connected with thought that I had gone from our table and shared the garden, which was not the case. So Brooks and Jill and Kelly, thank you. Brooks and Jill and Kelly and I, we went to the African American Museum on North Greenwood and we met with the 3C Society. And at the mercy of the court, Brooks apologized for the mistake and we all shook hands and parted ways. There was forgiveness in that. So I have on Brooks shoes. They are Brooks shoes, and that's how I know the Lord is in this. I went to DSW to buy a pair of shoes. I wanted to change the shoes that I had on, and they didn't have the pair that I wanted. So the salesperson said, come over here, let me show you these shoes. She showed me these Brooks shoes. Thank you. And I said, I don't want these shoes. I don't want to pay $100 for a pair of shoes. She said, don't be concerned about how much they cost. Be concerned about the functionality and how they're going to make you feel. I said, okay. So when I met Brooks, he looked down at my shoes. He said, oh, I see you're wearing my name. I said, oh, I didn't even think about that. That's when I said, you know, Lord, you're in this. So Brooks and I connected on that particular day. And here we are today. We appreciate everyone who's come out and supported the Save the Garden initiative. And no one was talking about Garden Avenue before I started the conversation. And so we are here today to save the garden because Garden Avenue is one of the 3 African-American, self-sustaining African-American communities that was in Clearwater back in the day. There was North Greenwood, where my board member, Barbara Miller, she's a real historian. And then myself, and there's North Greenwood, the garden, and then there's Clearwater Heights. And right now, North Greenwood is one of the communities that's in a rebirth, but Garden Avenue is, well, you know what Garden Avenue looks like, and Clearwater Heights is nothing left there but the church. And basically that's it. And this is my short story and I'm sticking to it, okay?
Thank you so much. All right, there you go. Ms. Barbara, we love you so much, and we thank you for giving us vision and inspiration. You're so awesome.
Song. If you know the song. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a soldier in the army. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a soldier in the army. Well, I have my war boots on in the army of the Lord. Well, I have my war boots on in the army.
That's so awesome. Oh, man. You know, we would not have had the cause of the African American lost and forgotten community called the Garden if it wasn't for March 17th, Ms. Barbara Sorry Love getting up and sharing that. It is amazing to me that the accusation that we would use the African community as a pawn to stop is just not living in truth. The truth is, we want to stop Scientology from taking one more square inch. And there was one other lady who had an alternative vision for that street. And all we did is get together to make both of our dreams come true. It's that simple. It's also an insult to say that someone as wise and wonderful as Miss Barbara Story Love could be manipulated somehow by some scallywag. You know, no, she's a sharp cookie. In our first conversation, you were in the control the whole time. You were drilling me with questions. And thankfully, we serve the same God, and some of the scripture verses that I popped off the top of my head resonated with you. And every time we get together, I try to give you a hanky because you just want to wave it around because you just feel God's presence so much. So we love you. We love you so much. You know, we are going to put the Garden Memorial on South Garden Avenue as planned. It's not going anywhere else. That's exactly where it's going to go. Now, we may have to modify it a little bit, as Miss Lena Teixeira suggested, maybe the footprint, so we could have 2 lanes still going, and that's fine. But Miss Kelly and I are working hard with the city, arranging conversations with the mayor, with Parks and Recreation, to establish a plan to install that garden. So we appreciate your prayers and continued support. It's probably going to be about an 18-month project. And my concern is that we're going to lose energy or momentum, and that's just the nature of when you're administrating things and getting it going. But our team is committed to crank out more videos, crank out more historical videos and oral history to get you fired up about the garden, that lost community that used to be here. So are you excited about the future? I am. You know, I should have brought him up here first, but the guy who brought to our attention, I tell you, I want to ask him what one of his favorite moments are, but I'm talking about Mike Mastroserio. Will you come up here, please? You've been such a blessing. Now, if you were sitting in Cotton's seat, you wouldn't have drilled me like Cotton, would you?
We wouldn't be in this position at all.
That's right. That's right. All right. Share what's on your heart and one of your favorite moments.
First of all, the Times called me up after Scientology withdrew. They didn't want to lose, so they withdrew their proposal. But we have to continue on, so they do lose. But the paper called me up and they asked me, what I thought. I said, well, we're going to celebrate a win. I want to thank God for David Albritton changing his vote.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't say this, but she put it in the paper, and she says, we know they're always going to be here. If you know me at all, I don't agree with that statement. We can finish the job. The biggest thing that we have is what's right here, and all we have to do is multiply it. Because if you send it out, this morning I got a phone call from a young lady that's here tonight. She says, I watched all 7 of the videos, and she says, I really got to know Brooks real well. I want to be part of this movement. And we need to send that out to everybody we know, because we don't need 100 or 1,100 signatures. We need tens of thousands. Okay. All right, so you got to send it out to everybody you know. It's more than just Garden Street. That's the start. Can you imagine a walk starting there and going through downtown? And in fact, Allison Dolan was brought up. She's contacted me to do a interactive walk. And so I'm going to connect Brooks with her and everything else, but to do a walk all through downtown and really create a history, just like they do in Tampa, just like they do with the Riverwalk down there. So we can do that. But today I got a real big blessing. I heard today that they're going to take ideas for the library to be converted into more than just a library. There is more square footage in that one building than Scientology has to offer in 3 blocks. We do not need any of Scientology's properties. All they want to do is lie to us and hook and bait and say, you need this, you need us because you can't do without us. First of all, there's 4 people in this block right here that have been here. Soul Sicilian, been here 6 years now. They got great Italian food. You need to tell all your friends about it. And we citizens are the answer to doing what needs to be done. If there's more people here than there, and then Scientology has, they become very minuscule, very little. So we're going to attack this on many different fronts, but we can be progressive, we can be, we cannot be on the defensive, we can be on the offense, just like they are. You know, they put a bunch of stuff out there and they attack the attacker. We can attack. We have more people. The citizens are the vote. Money can only buy certain people. Money cannot buy you. Money cannot buy Scientology. Scientology doesn't have enough votes. So we can win. But anyway, this is a day to celebrate. But please stay in touch. Be involved. Spread the news. This is just the beginning. But there will be an end because He is in charge. Thank you, Jesus.
Another special announcement, which is very important for our project. As you know, there's a lot of debate about the history of the African American people in this area. And Ms. Barbara Story Love connected me with an amazing anthropologist named Dr. Jackson at the University of South Florida. She is the gold standard for research. She runs an institute there called the Living Heritage Institute at the South Florida, or University of South Florida. And she has agreed, we just secured this yesterday, she's agreed to be our research with her doctoral students to make sure that the history and all the research is out of our hands, it's in the university's hand, and they will tell us what happened all these years. They will tell us. There will be no infighting. There will be no debating this. We will submit to the superior science that's going to tell us exactly what happened on South Garden Avenue many, many years ago. And she will verify that all this land, 160 acres, was actually sold in 1842 by a guy by the name of James Stevens to another guy named John Taylor for one black slave. Today, that land is worth $1 billion at $6.5 million an acre. 160 acres for one black slave. That is just one little story, which is the foundational story. By the way, James Stevens, a guy who owned the property, father of Clearwater, he sold it to the father of Pinellas County, John Taylor. Clearwater history is African American history, and the University of South Florida will prove it. You know, I'm so excited about what Mike Mastroserio said. He talks about new downtown. He talks about revitalizing it ourselves. You know what? We do control the streets. I cannot wait to connect my architect with Mike Mastroserio and show how we could have Cleveland Street, a massive festival, open every single weekend, driving traffic down here. This is going to be the hot spot. That's what we're getting. It is our absolute top priority this next year to activate Cleveland Street. We can activate it. Mike Mastroserio is the visionary behind that. But you know who really has put blood, sweat, and dollar bills, y'all? His name is Tony. Please give it up for Tony.
Thanks. Well, I want to start by just saying thank you guys. It means the world to see this place full. I've been here for 3-4 years trying to reactivate a downtown. I've made friends, enemies, and everything in between. And I'm happy to be part of this group, Save the Garden. It's been a dream of mine to have these kind of victories. I've been kind of here on the block by myself for 3 years through permitting issues and between the city or the organization not wanting to activate the community. It's been difficult. From the success we've had in Nash Keys to the success we've had in Captains, and now we're trying to activate this corner as well. This block has been empty for, 20 plus years. But it's been a ghost town. And I've been here from being shunned out of merchant meetings to becoming the president of the Merchant Association, from being told by the fire department that it was a terrible idea to do business down here. From one delay to the other, I never gave up. And you'll find from any public speaking I've ever done, it's been an uphill battle. But through the help of the people who care about this community, through the activation that is being brought to not only myself, but people like the merchants just down here that are really putting in their sweat, blood, and tears, from the people that come down here and work here, from even the everyday workers, they're the heroes of this community, and I want us to remember that. But it's been a long uphill battle, and I just want to share a little bit of a story of why this is so important. I remember not too long ago, I wrote this manifesto that Team Jelly read and picked up, and I was at a city council meeting, like I usually speak there. They told me, what are you trying to do with the garden? Why do you want to be a part of the project? Before the Save the Garden project was even a thought, I said, just because if we give up now, we lose more than just a street. We lose the identity and the feeling that we belong. And that's really why I joined the cause. From the very first meeting we had at Nash Keys, where I met Brooke, where I met Miss Sori Love, where we made it all happen. It's been a journey, ups and downs, and it's been a great victory. So I just want to say thank you to all you guys, that you guys made it happen. From all the activism to the everyday, thank you guys, because we need to bring more voice to downtown. Let's enjoy it. Enjoy the food. And guys, thank you for being part of downtown's growth. It means the world to us.
Awesome. Oh, we're not done yet. That sounded like a transition. It's not. I got to make sure Sean can scarf down his Caesar salad before he's back on the guitar. Can you play later on Superstition or whatever that? Ladies and gentlemen, 25 years we've been married this year, and our neighbor Kelly is with Jill. Please give it up for Team Jelly. Yeah, no, I gotta pop you up. Yeah, I gotta pop her up.
Okay. Oh my gosh. What am I saying?
I've been taking care of a
say
baby.
how we met.
No.
What we've been doing.
Well, Kelly, the Kelly part of Jelly, has been the most influential and important part of this. I'm just kind of along for the ride. I will say this, you could not find a more unqualified, interesting group of people to do something like this. We had no idea that this was our future and all of our future. We are so excited for everyone here, everyone that has been a part of it. I believe it was Tony Ortega, may have been Mark Bunker, that closed out one of their podcasts just saying, "Congratulations, Clearwater." And I just started to cry. It was so special. I am giddy at what's to come. We've got some fantastic visionaries. We've got God on our side, and we are just surrounded by the most incredible people in this entire journey. So thank you guys. You have no idea what it means that you've come out for all of the different meetings, and you've come to the council meetings, and you've emailed, and you've done all the things that was like just wind. I'm really bad with sayings. Just wind at our backs. And so we love you all, and we're excited to continue this journey with all of you.
Thank you. Well, the Jill in Team Jelly is amazing. She is such a strong force for keeping us grounded in Scripture, also keeping us from being too sassy when we had some frustrating times through this journey. And so I'm just so thankful to be friends with her and to be a part of this amazing community we have here in Clearwater. We are just blessed beyond measure, and there's so much potential in our future here. And so over almost 2 years ago now, when Jill and I started leading classes here in Clearwater, I sensed the Lord telling me, hold on tight. I had no idea that we would be kicking the behind of a billionaire cult in our city. So we've learned to just trust the Lord in every step of the way, even when it didn't make sense or it wasn't in our timing. He opened the doors that needed to be opened. He brought our community together in unity with so many different backgrounds. It's incredible. So thank you for coming tonight, and we're so excited to see what else happens here in little Clearwater, Florida.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
Let me get this. All right, before I let her down. Yep, here we go.
I don't need to get up. I don't need it.
Yeah, you do.
I printed a bunch of little pieces of paper that said Stop Scientology. If anybody saw my car, you can see my car and it says, that. But I took this small little piece of paper to Kelly's class because we're teaching biblical citizenship. And her and Jill made all this happen. I might have started a little spark, but they ran with it. I also want to say a thank you to Mark Bunker. For years, he's been pushing this. And people wouldn't listen. But everybody here can be part of the solution. It's not about one person. It's about everybody. We need everybody. So thank you.
Awesome. There's a couple more people. He already mentioned it. Keep recording, Mr. Mark Bunker, and we'll swap. I'll hold the camera while you come up here on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the heroes of our community. We're so thankful for you, my friend, Mark Bunker. Please give it up for him.
Oh, thank you. Unaccustomed as I am to be in front of the camera, it is such an amazing achievement that you all have done. And I am astonished that, you probably have been following some of my videos along this journey, and there was a moment where I thought, well, this is lost. David Albritton, who is a man that I greatly admire, and it was a pleasure serving with him. He's a good man. But when I saw him on the Kelly show, just raving about what Scientology is going to do for downtown, I thought, well, that's it. It's over. And I was wrong. Thank God. It's all due to the folks behind Save the Garden, Barbara, Brooks, everybody. It's just amazing. Jill, thank you for all the work you've done. There is a bright future for downtown. There is. We've seen what you've accomplished here on this block, Tony. We've got more property coming online. You were talking about Mike was talking about the library project. Yeah, we've been in negotiations, and I don't know if that's fallen apart or not, with a major museum who was going to take over the first floor, keep it active. Our former mayor, Hibbard, wanted to turn that into City Hall, but we said no. We just spent $84 million on a park to bring people downtown. Let's make that building still something good for the people in the community, not for us to have beautiful waterfront offices. So we got that. We've got a lot of buildings that the county is going to be leaving, and they're making sure that all of those properties remain under Scientology's, under the city's control rather, not under Scientology's. So we've got a lot of more real estate to work with than Scientology would like you to believe. That's buildings they'll never get. And it's just a matter of us convincing people that yes, there's wonderful reasons to come downtown. That's why Aaron and I did videos for years called Dining with the SPs, so we could take you to a restaurant down here and say, listen, it's safe. You don't have to be worried about coming down here. Food's great, restaurants are great. Come on down. It's your downtown. And that is finally coming to fruition thanks to everybody who's working on this project. Thank you all.
Awesome. I was thinking if I was a cat, I would be going insane right now with all these dots. What a neat guy you are, man. I so appreciate you. And you know, there's always a warrior. There's always a guy with paint on his face and a sword in his hand, and he's been through the battle. And that's Aaron Smith-Levin. Will you please give it up for Mr. Aaron Smith-Levin? With his friend. You brought a friend. Now, you had an exclusive interview you dropped a couple days ago, didn't you?
This is life size right here, guys.
Hold on.
No, stay here.
Now, we had a gift of this tiny little man named David M. I don't know what that means, but he came and he dropped this off for you. So this is a gift someone dropped off for you. Can you open it?
Should I open it right now?
Yeah.
Is this childproof? Okay.
Jeez.
Okay, what do we have?
What's it say?
Oh, not today, Phaeton.
Not today, Phaeton.
Love it. We can put it on Tom. So, whereas the real Tom Cruise might still be promoting a family-destroying human trafficking cult, Cardboard Tom is out protesting with us every Friday evening across from the Fort Harrison Hotel, along with the Clearwater crew. And everyone's welcome to join us who would like to. You know, that's perfect. That is perfect. There you go. Wow. You know, the truth is, guys, I'm not a particularly religious person.
We need to change that.
Working on it.
Let me finish. But after David Albritton said he was changing his vote, I do believe in miracles. And I do just want to, I know Tony got up here, but I do want to give a shout out, because I'm streaming this on YouTube. I want to give a shout out to my audience, to Tony and his partners and the businesses they have here on Cleveland Street. People ask me all the time, you know, if I'm coming to Clearwater, if I'm coming downtown, where can I go? If you want to go to the last place in downtown Clearwater, where the buildings aren't controlled by Scientology and the businesses in the buildings aren't controlled by Scientology, you've got Nash Keys, you've got Captain's Cigar Lounge, and you have Prelude Sports Bar. The last three places, that's where you want to go. And, you know, when Mark Bunker won his seat on the Clearwater City Council, God, was it 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that? I don't know how many people know, a Scientologist not only has never been on the city council, they've never even attempted to run, because they know they have so few members and so few votes that it would expose the charade, the smoke and mirrors that they have so many members. And so when Mark Bunker won his election, that showed not only do they not have the numbers, the political clout, to get their own members up there, they couldn't block someone from Mark getting on the council. So what did they do? They changed the laws. They changed the laws to require runoff elections if you don't win with a majority, so that if 4 or 5 people are running for the same seat, the person with the most votes does not automatically win, okay? So they did that, and Scientology was partially behind that to prevent someone who really understood Scientology from getting on the council. So once they passed that, once the new council, once Ryan Cotton won his seat, I'll tell you, David Miscavige thought he had it locked up. And he thought he was going to be able to push his agenda through. And I'll tell you, with the work that you guys have all done, and Brooks and Barbara and Kelly and Jill, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. Absolutely incredible. And, you know, someone mentioned earlier that Miscavige didn't want to officially lose the vote, so that's why he withdrew his proposal. And you know what that means? That means when he's ready to bring it back up again, it still only needs that one final vote. It doesn't have to pass twice. And that's why they are not done. The work is not done. But I think the main battle has been won. And I tell you, the fact that such a strong message was sent to Scientology, you're not getting it done. It's not happening. Truly amazing. So congratulations to everybody. And
Thank you, Aaron. Well, I'll close with this verse, and then I'll open it up for questions real quick in case you have it. There's I don't know who asked me to say, are you sure that that you should have been involved in this thing? Like I got work, I got a job. Are you sure you should have put all this time into it? And there's a verse that came to mind. It says, the blessings of the Lord makes one rich and adds no sorrow to them. And when the Bible talks about rich, it's not always talking about money, because it talks a lot about storing up your treasures in heaven. Rich in relationships, rich in purpose, it's existential, it's a meaning. And there's no regret that we have. We absolutely are right where we need to be. I have no regret. I have no sorrow that's associated with this. If anything, I'm fueled with the new relationships, the awesome people we've met, the support we have, and we just have zero fear. We have zero fear. Like, how much fear do you have? Zero, bro. Zero. We know we're on the right side. We know I have amazing people with us. And with that type of support, it's like, if God is for us, who can be what? That's right. Who can be against us? And the point is, in the Socratic method, no one can be against us. Miss Barbara, you said South Garden Avenue is David. And we know the story of David. It took down the giant. I think we will look back at this moment and say, this was the Jenga piece. This was the stone. This was the straw that broke, that made tumble, that made fall the whole entire house of cards. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I believe this is a significant victory. So to God be the glory. Great things he has done. All right, now do you have any questions for us before we get back to music and dinner and socializing? And I'll be making my rounds as well. Good to see you. Any questions or any comments? Yes. Yeah, Tony would be perfect for answering this. Tony, if you're here. She was asking, we know that this building is not owned by the Church of Scientology, though they have tried to buy it from Kathy, I believe is her name, who owns it, if I'm correct. And she's holding on to it, from what I understand, for her kiddos. But are there any other businesses that are not associated with Scientology, but they are renting? Did you want to answer? I think our buddy left, yeah.
I don't know all of the details, but yes, many of the businesses.
No, you're good.
Many of the businesses along Cleveland Street are non-Scientologists, but they are obviously renting from Scientology parishioners. And I will tell you, we've learned some interesting things. I mean, we have leases right now with these business owners that have month-to-month leases. They're very hesitant to speak out because, my goodness, that's their whole livelihood, right? If they say something incorrect, the lease could get canceled in the next month. We've heard even rumors that some business owners, they have been approached by their landlord and have asked to pay an additional percentage to their landlord on evenings that there are concerts at the Sound at Coachman Park. So we really need to start talking about this and supporting these businesses as a community, because it feels like there's a mafia downtown. And so, yeah, if you can support the businesses on Cleveland Street, it will be very helpful for them. Not just tonight, but do it this summer. Come down and frequent them, because the more they see more of the community supporting them and not being afraid to frequent their businesses, the more courage they're going to have and encouragement from Clearwater. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Another question or that you have about our campaign or the future, or any thoughts? You got to talk loud, yeah?
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys are still going to try to buy garden apples now that Scientology has it, right?
Good question. So are we still going to buy Garden Avenue? If you listen to our original speech from the beginning and our second presentation, we've always said this. We object to the vacation of South Garden Avenue. We don't want the city to vacate it. Now that sounds like it's self-sabotaging, because if they refuse to vacate the street, then that means the declaration of surplus and sale of the street is null and void. And that's what you saw happen just this last decision, which is why we're celebrating. We want the city to own the city streets. We want the city to maintain the city streets. That was our original desire. Please don't sell the street, especially not to the Church of Scientology. But if you, City Council, are hell-bent on selling the street, then it's in our rights as citizens to provide an alternative proposal for a superior use of that street. They're giving 1.3, we're giving 1.5. They're closing it down, we're leaving it open. So we beat them on every level for a superior proposal in the event that they were going to vacate the street. But then when the Scientologists withdrew from the vacation of the street, all bets were off. All proposals were defunct. And we had a decision. Were we going to go ahead before close of day, go ahead and put a request for the vacation of South Garden Avenue, because then we'd be the only bidder. But we're people of principle. We're people of principle. We don't want the street to be out of the control of the people. So we said, no, we're not going to ask for the vacation of it. We have been doing what we wanted to from the beginning, and that's lease for 100 years for $1 a year, South Garden Avenue, a portion of it, so we can install the African American Memorial Garden for the people of the garden. And we're staying true to our original vision that Ms. Barbara Sory-Love and our team committed to. So no, we're not going to buy the street, but we will lease a big portion of it. Great question, fantastic. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am. How do we stop the second vote of the vacation of the street? The same way we stopped it the first time. We convince through relationship and through superior presentation at least 3 of the 5 to vote no on vacation. That's what we have to do. David Albritton, I gave him a verse when I met him face to face, and it was this verse. When you sit down to eat with a ruler, consider what is before you, and put a knife to your throat if you're a man given to appetite. Do not desire his delicacies, for they are deceptive food. Now, I learned that verse when I was 7 years old, and my stepdad taught it to me, and it was in the King James Version, and I didn't know what it meant, but I memorized it. When thou sittest down to eat with a ruler, consider what is before thee, and put a knife to thy throat if thou beest a man given to appetite. And my stepdad would say, what's that mean? I'm like, I'm 7, I have no idea. But he taught me at 7 years old at that dinner table. It means when you're in front of someone who's really powerful, really important, really wealthy and rich, you have to guard your heart from what? From greed, from opportunism, from desire, aka appetite, because he's going to bring his delicacies. But you have to understand that there are strings attached. Whatever he presents you that's so beautiful and so amazing, that really evokes your appetite, he's going to use it against you. He will exploit your desire so he can get what you want. You might as well put a knife to your throat. Kill the idea. Leave the dinner table. Now, when I told that to Albritton, that was a verse for him. Your desire is being exploited. And what did he say when he says he withdrew? He says, I guess my desire for an activated downtown overshadowed my better judgment. So how do we stop them from vacating it? You have to reason with them. You have to convince them. You have to persuade them. You have to help them see what they need to see. And that's what we're going to do in the most professional, loving way we can. All right. Man, I'm fired up. So excited. All right. Any other questions? Yes, go ahead. In Spanish, please.
It seems to me that a large part of the game is won or lost at the council election. When is the next election? And how do we guard against, I don't recall either Menino or Cotton expressing me as being pro-Scientology. But how do we guard against this group?
Mike, come up here. Mike hasn't, you got to repeat the question and then answer it.
The question was, how do we make sure that somebody that's going to side with them does not get elected? So we got to be point blank. When I ran against Ryan Cotton, I ran against Mark Bunker also. And Mark and I both knew where we both stood. And to be honest with you, I thought Ryan stood there too. But that's not the case. As you could see, he was selling it more than just voting for it. And that's because he had political pressure from higher ups. Teresa Dugan gave over $10 million to the Republican Party. That money funneled down to Anna Paulina. That money funneled down to Ryan Cotton. I outraised Ryan 2-1. He outspent me 4-1. That's okay. And when he won, I was happy that he won. But that's never in my imagination that I understand this would happen. So we have to be very, very clear. First of all, Lena Teixeira is going to run again. And she just sent me a text today, and she says, how do I get a hold of your people? Because she is the fighter that we need in that box. And I think Aaron could say that too, because Aaron ran against her and lost. But she is the fighter that we need in that box against Scientology. We have the mayor, but the mayor can't do any, she can't make a motion. And Aaron, just to correct you, they do have to do it twice because they pulled it off. They have to do it twice again. But they can wait until there's a next election. So we have to make sure that whoever that other candidate is that's going after Dave Albritton's seat is aligned with what we want, the citizens, is aligned with against Scientology, the fight against Scientology. And we will, I guarantee it, we will be questioning it point blank. And we will get them on paper before they ever step foot. Where do you stand on the vote that just took place? What do you have to say on the vote that just took place? What would you have voted? I don't want to get any, well, maybe with this decision or that decision. No, what would you have voted? Because there's nothing that Scientology can do that we need in this city. So we have to be very vigilant. I don't care if it's a Democrat or Republican. I'll tell you, I think we should have a citizens party. But anyway, we need to make sure that we're about God's work and not about Scientology's work. So please, be vigilant, be smart when you're talking to people. Don't be afraid to ask the question, where do you stand on Scientology? It's the biggest thing in Clearwater.
Yeah, that's right. You know, there's another property that's coming up called the Firehouse. You guys familiar with it? Yes. Scientology is trying to buy it. And so I just want to, if you don't know about it, in 2022, there was a developer that got approval from the commissioner, I forget the exact words, and they actually had $17 million of credit to actually use to build an affordable housing project. Because if you look at affordable housing, there's nothing really available for those with low incomes that would qualify. And so this would be a beautiful building, beautiful condo type facility. I think it was like 80-something units. And they were all set to build it. They were about to lay ground. And then Scientology entered, offered the developer $2 million to walk away from the project. And the project stopped. So it was approved by the city to be a much needed affordable housing unit. Now this is remember they talked about Scientology wanting 3 properties? First is South Garden Avenue. Second is the Firehouse. Third is the CMA lot, where the old aquarium lot used to be. The second property that they're gunning for, which is about to be demolished, is called the Firehouse. We're going to have a campaign in time, when it's the right time, called Save the Firehouse. We're looking for a developer to put an affordable housing unit right there to finish the project that the city originally wanted. We're working very diligently. Every day I'm working on this specific project, every day advancing it. And we, with our African American community that we've been able to establish and the relationships, there's a specific group, I won't tell you who, but they're very well organized and they are ready to rock, to advocate, like the foundation did here with Ms. Barbara Sori-Love. They're going to be our advocates to make sure that that gets installed. So I'm so thankful for that. Yes, Mr. Bunker.
Could I give you some more information?
Yes. Yep, go for it. All right, yeah, give us the Spark Note version. Or Cliff Note.
All right. So a little more behind the scenes drama on the firehouse, because we had worked so hard to approve this affordable housing development. And right when I got elected, COVID hit. And it made it incredibly difficult to do anything. And it made it far more expensive for these developers to actually construct these buildings. So they came back to us and they said, we need more money. And we as a council said, yes, you've got it. This is important to us. There was this and another affordable housing complex. We fully funded them so they could continue to move forward. With the firehouse property, we didn't know on the council what was going on behind the scenes. We found out from Tracy McManus, the terrific reporter for the Tampa Bay Times, who unfortunately left to head to a different paper out of town. But she was fully on top of Scientology, and she uncovered the fact that Scientology had been pressuring this developer every day. And when they do this, it's nonstop calls, it's nonstop emails. They come to your place and harass you. We want the property, we want it, we want to work this out. And our city manager at the time was a new city manager who we hired. He was with us for a year before we fired him. We found out that the city manager was working with Scientology to try to find a different spot for this affordable housing project. Unfortunately, all the money that was tied to that project from state and federal funding, that was locked into that firehouse property. That money would not move with it. And ultimately, the developer said, I'm out of here. He may have taken that $2 million from Scientology, but the impetus was Scientology, the developer said, Clearwater needs to decide what they want for their downtown. And he just split.
So this is a big prayer request, guys, that we have a developer who does not struggle with greed and is not easily moved. We need a developer. We're going through them right now through conversations. It's very challenging to find a developer willing to square off with the pressure that Church of Scientology has. But we're going to stay on it. Reconnect Clearwater is committed to make sure that we protect those lands. All right. Anything else? Have you had fun tonight, by the way? Man, this is old school town hall. Yes, Miss Barbara Sori-Love, you don't have to go anywhere. Let me just give you the mic.
The question is, where are the Save the Garden t-shirts?
Give Mike Mastrosari a week. That's right. You know, there will be another Save the Garden push, and we just got to time it right. You know, we don't want people to see it all the time, that it ends up being something they block out of their mind. There has to be a strategic push, just a boom, we're back. And so we're going to wait. And of course, when we do that, we will have publicity, we'll have people talking about it. I counted, you know, there was over 33 local media articles and videos just about our little movement here. Isn't that awesome? Over 33. That's phenomenal. So we're going to do that again next time we have something. Man, I want to hear music again, and I want to mingle and hang out and see you guys. And I just want to say, love you. Let's close this in prayer, okay? Now, Heavenly Father, you got us on this journey. I really believe that. You are Father, too. You are a Father. You love your kids. And when you see us trying to do something that is real difficult, like riding a bike without training wheels. You're so excited to see us achieve. And we know, we sense that you are well pleased with what you've seen. We've tried to carry ourselves well. We've tried our best to speak absolute truth to our best of our ability. We've tried to be peacemakers, seeking the prosperity and the peace of the city, like Jeremiah instructs us to in the Bible. We've tried to make friends with people who are believers and non-believers, who are on our side of the political spectrum and not. Lord, because you love everyone. And we just thank you for being with us. Thank you for taking away the fear. Thank you for being the provider that we need you to be. And we trust, God, that you who began a good work will be faithful to complete it. And we know also, finally, that you are grieved by the lies that have been propagated by the Church of Scientology. You hate lies. You hate a lying tongue. You hate that religious spirit that leads people astray. It grieves you. And we sometimes wonder, why don't you just make it disappear? Why don't you just move them out, Lord, and replace it with something truthful? But you use your people in your timing. And we know you wait for us to pray. And you have heard somebody's prayers because you've activated your people. So we love you. We say victory is yours. Glory goes to you. And it's in the name of Jesus, at the speed of the Holy Spirit, that we continue moving forward. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. God bless you guys.
Love you, bro. Oh, fantastic. Thanks, man. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Hey, I mean, it's so good to have you.
Good to see you, man.
We'd love to see him.
Nice to meet you.
I'm going to bring Tom outside for a little bit. I'm going to bring Tom outside and put him next to the honk sign. Okay. All right, we're going to take Tommy outside and put him next to the honk if Scientology is a cult sign. And let's just have some fun with him outside. You're coming with me, big boy. Yield.
Say hello to you. I love watching you.
Thank you, thank you. I'm just going to step outside. I'll be sticking around. Hey, you guys made it! I'm about to take Tommy outside real quick. I'll be right back. All right, All right, this is where we start to have fun. Okay, let me put this. Oh, it smells good out here. All right. Good to see you. I think I've got to take the shirt off of him.
You may not recognize these people, but I took a photo of these people who came and stood in back and looked angry the whole time.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, these guys have got to be Scientologists. They looked so. Look at her posture.
You know what? Do you want to send that photo to me and I'll see if I can.
I will. What's your email?
Here,
That's awesome.
I'm mic'd up, so here, text it to me and I'll type it into your phone.
Okay.
I just don't want to say my number on stream, that's all.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, good. I cut the wrong one last time, apparently. we go.
Put your number in there.
Okay. Yep.
Just number.
Hmm? There we go. Thank you. What's that?
You suspect the same that I suspect?
Probably.
Yeah.
They probably saw this sign out here and came in to find out what's going on. Yeah, exactly. Okay, guys, who do we still have here? So, I mean, the main party is going on inside, but I feel like I probably want to hang out here. I'll hang out with Tom. I'll stay mic'd up, and anyone who wants to have some conversations with me, we can do that. I love seeing people just walking down the streets of Clearwater and seeing this sign. Because normally, when we're out here protesting, this sign is in a place where, well, you know, we're across from the Fort Harrison Hotel. There's not a whole lot of foot traffic there. And I didn't even realize that door was working there. Let's see. No, we're gonna. God, it's really sensitive. That's pretty good. That's pretty good right there. Okay, guys. What did you guys think of that? I'll watch the chat for a little bit. I'll see who comes. Oh, you know what? I got three friends that came out, and they're right inside. I'm gonna put you guys on Tom for a little bit, and I'll be right back. We'll see if they want to come out here and relax out here. Yeah, Constance. I mean, I guess if Lena's running again, we gotta. I'm not exactly gonna be campaigning for her, but I'll vote for her. All right, I'm gonna put the mic on Tom for a little bit.
Everyone's happy? Everyone's happy or no? We should have more service on. And Frank said I didn't tell him. Like, Frank, we talked about it too.
To be fair, I didn't realize they were going to use it.
my God. I had to take a picture of that. Yeah.
First time you ever had your phone put on. I didn't know you were with Deb. That was literally a Hail Mary.
So they must, I don't know, what was he saying about the protest they had on Friday?
I have no idea. I'll find out more information.
And there was nothing about fundraising.
No. I wonder what's happening over there.
All done now.
That's the rush, so it was a good rush, right?
Sometimes they're two politicians. I want to see a pastor there. More Christ-like better. my hair.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to.
He's a Christian. He used to be a Baptist. He was for the county. But now he wanted to.
Yeah, no, my only, the only reason I share. And I always love what?
No, it's not. They're it's like, I do the same thing I do. You break bread with everyone, and regardless of their creed, and you try to give them a message of grace. I made the manifesto talking about it there, where I said that when I found out about the guard treatment, so before this even came about, there was a secret message let's go out before I met Kelly, and I made a manifesto regarding the merchants, all together in Mike Benito took my message and put it as hate speech and stuff like that. But I was just talking about the fact that we have to stop. We have to stop the. It doesn't. They're not helping. Let's not just give them more. Like it's an abusive relationship where you say that with the kid, you come into your room. You're not gonna get to live in your room. Mess up before you clean the room. It makes common sense, you know. But yeah, I actually almost got kicked out of the Merchants Association because they came Clear Sky and Clear Sky and a couple other members were like, "You can't speak out against them." Why not? They almost kicked me out. President did that. I'm still going to do it. You can't control me. I need to put their believe in everyone's opinion. And clearly in this manifesto, it says my opinion, no one else's. And that kind of got him off my back. Mike Benito was everywhere telling them that I was like, he took the heat. He got on the phone with me and told him that, like, he's like, oh, that's not Christ. Like, did you read the Bible? Christ flipped over tables. He started, like, he said the message with love. I'm not hurting anyone, but I'm allowed to speak. What's the point? The only way tyranny falls is you speak out against it. It's not through words. It doesn't start with a gunshot. It starts with a drunken conversation. No. They're good people. They're all good people. Signed it. Not against it. That's why I got so much slack. Clear Sky didn't want to plead the fifth. They didn't want to get involved. And then they wanted to plead the fifth. They didn't want to be involved, but they were.
Thanks for being here today.
Oh, hey. It's worthwhile. We
I know for a fact that their thesis.
I'm hoping that Dan will reach out to me. Tell me I'm wrong next time. Dan.
That's what I mean. It's hostility through silence. Hostility it's sleight of hand. And everyone else being callous. I'm sure I got in trouble.
Thank you.
Hey, man. Oh, hey, how's it going? Yeah, nice. I just got here.
Do 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 do. What? What is going on? Oh. All right. All right. Hung out with my friends inside for a bit. Let's just say hi to some people. Dusty, thank you for holding down the fort. Hey there. CO Belf. Oh, so tried to steal your phone. What a great turnout. What a great turnout for the event tonight. Yeah, turns out, I mean, guys, I did a video recently about, hey, Abigail. We had the victory party tonight. Abigail, I'll show you. We had the victory party tonight for the Save the Garden, Killing the Scientology Project. And Tom came down here to celebrate with us. I did a video recently about Trish Duggan, the wealthiest Scientologist. Trish and her ex-husband, Bob, together are the wealthiest Scientologists. Billionaires. The only Scientologist billionaires, actually. Grant Cardone pretends he's a billionaire, but he's not. That's just internet marketing stuff. Old Frizz, always Yingling Lager for me. I did a video about how Trish Duggan donates millions and millions and millions of dollars to the to the Republican Party, not just the Florida Party, not just the Pinellas County Party, but the Republican Party causes. And that money filters down through the political action committees to the city council, Clearwater, Florida City Council races. And I just received confirmation tonight that the local Republican establishment has already lined up. They're very unhappy with Lena Teixeira. Lena Teixeira is obviously voting against Scientology. David Albritton is voting against Scientology. Bruce Rector is voting against Scientology. But Bruce Rector is not up for re-election next year. Lena Teixeira is. And David Albritton, I'm guessing, when is he up for re-election? I don't think David Albritton will even be running for re-election. But because Lena Teixeira is voting against Scientology, the local Republican establishment has already picked the person they're running against her. And so this is how Scientology wields its political power, through the money of its wealthiest members, not with its own money. Not with its own money. There are some Republican lobbyists that are on Scientology's payroll. Right now, Joe Burdett is the main one. Joe Burdett is a local guy. Brian Ongst Jr. is a local Republican power player. He's the deputy chairman of the Pinellas Republican Party. He's on Scientology's payroll. He's the real estate attorney for Moises Agami, the wealthy Mexican developer who helped David Miscavige buy up all the property here in downtown Clearwater. So you got Joe Burdett, you've got Brian Ongst Jr., and who was the other one? There was another one I mentioned. Who was it? Oh, it was Mary Repper. Mary Repper is, I think Mary Repper is retired. Mary Repper was the first Republican lobbyist in Clearwater, Florida that Scientology had on its payroll. Pretty sure she's retired. Ed Armstrong used to do all the real estate stuff for Scientology, but he wasn't necessarily a power player in the Republican Party. Brian Ongst Jr. is, and he's Scientology's new go-to real estate attorney guy. This is how they do it, guys. This is how they do it. And I'm sorry to step on all the Republican toes, but Anna Paulina Luna is firmly in the pocket of Scientology, you guys. I hate to say it. It's just the truth. Don't kill the messenger, guys. It's just the truth. And so, Ryan Cotton on the Clearwater, Florida City Council is doing Scientology's bidding because of Trish Duggan's donations to the county and state Republican Party. Full stop. It's the truth. George, Ryan's not up for re-election in the next cycle. He's up for the so the way it works in Clearwater, Florida is because there's 5 council seats. Every 2 years, there are seats up for election or re-election. So I forget which one it is. 1 year there'll be 3 seats up. 2 years later there'll be 2 seats up. 2 years later the other 3 seats will be up. 2 years later the other 2 seats will be up. And Ryan just won last year, so Ryan's not up for re-election for a few years. And if we're being realistic, we're never going to get money out of U.S. politics if we're being realistic. But Dusty, will I still be here in an hour? It's possible. I feel like in about an hour is probably when I will be leaving. But will I still be here in an hour? Possibly. Yeah, I think that's correct, George. I think that is correct. Let's see how Tom is doing. How you doing, big boy? You holding the fort down? You're doing such a good job. And David Miscavige is so pissed. What did I say? Snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. Miscavige thought he was so close to getting his way. Yes, Jerry's still here, Cheryl's still here, Erica's still here, George is still here, Jamie's still here, Danny's still here. I might have to jump inside and play some pool real quick. If so, I'm just going to leave the stream on Tom for a little bit. Let's see, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, David is so pissed. Miscavige is going to do everything he can to make sure Bruce Rector has a Republican running against him. That Lena Teixeira has a well-funded Republican running against her. I don't think Lena's registered as a Republican, but she does get support from the Republican Party. And again, I really don't think David Albrighton will be running for re-election, but guys, I think Brooks Gibbs should run for city council, don't you? I sure as hell am not going to do it again. That's right. Okay, so Dave says, technically David snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, though. That is true. All right, you guys want to go inside and see everybody? All right, let's do it. All right, let me pound this beer, though. Okay, let's see. Oh, the bugs. All right, let's go inside. Hey, Analytical Blarney, good to see ya. Shoot, my battery's getting low. That's not good. All right, who wants to say hi? You guys want to say hi to the stream? You don't have to. Right, I'm checking for consent. Hey, Georgie!
Hey! Who all's there?
Stream.
Yeah, cool. Are any of my big friends out of like Australia and everywhere else? All the people coming?
I don't know who your friends are.
I don't know either, but they always say hi to me in the chat. But as they all know, I don't really engage with the chat much.
Yeah, Dusty had to moderate all the trolls tonight.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think Dusty's on his way. He asked if we're still going to be here in an hour. I'm not quite sure.
I won't be.
Yeah.
Now I got some things to take care of because we're not going to just close it, but I might be going away again. So, yeah.
Hey, that's exciting.
Because, the trolls were talking about our Hawaii trip and what a horrible thing it was that there were such narcissists and so self-centered to go on vacation and enjoy Hawaii. And you know what? Screw the trolls.
Might as well go on another trip.
Screw the trolls. That's all I got to say.
All right, I'm going to take everybody for a tour. Let's see who's here. Hey, Cheryl.
Hello, good evening.
Hey, Jerry. Hey, Erica. Hey, Brooks.
Damn.
What's up, Jamie? Hey, Danny. Good to see you. All right, who's winning over here?
Right now, we're both doing bad.
Both doing bad.
It's a warm-up game, you know? You gotta warm up.
All right. I'll tell you what, guys, though. My battery's getting really low, and we're going to be here for a little bit, so I think I better end the stream. But thank you guys for hanging out with us. I think this was a really good event. And it is a Thursday night on Clearwater. Let me show you how dead it is, though. This is for real. Well, actually, before I show you how dead it is, you guys saw it. I mean, it was a busy night at Prelude, thanks to the event. This is Captain's Cigar Lounge. Oh, I was gonna say it looks closed, but no, there's people in there. Let's just say hi real quick. Yeah, check out this guy. What a sweet place, right? It's beautiful. Beautiful cigar lounge. Come on down here and check out this cigar bar. And then, is Nash Keys open right now? Oh, they sure are. Let's jump into Nash Keys and say hi.
What he's doing.
Oh my God, it's busy.
Maybe what he is. Well, it's up against the wall, red paint mothers. Mothers who have raised their sons so well. So well. It's the early morning, dragging in a honky tonk.
It's awesome in here. Every time I've been in Nash Keys, it's always been very busy. But as far as the rest of Clearwater, guys, the rest of downtown, look at this. I'm just going to show you. It's Thursday evening, 8 o'clock. I guess there's some people out there. Look at this, guys. Quiet. Quiet, quiet, quiet. And that is the problem that downtown Clearwater has. Is that generally speaking, people do not want to come to downtown Clearwater. They want to go to Dunedin. They want to go to Safety Harbor. They want to go to St. Pete. It's because of Scientology. Scientology has just given downtown Clearwater a really bad reputation amongst the people who live in the county. All right, guys. That's it for me for the evening. Thanks for hanging out. Talk to you guys soon.